The NFL has been around for over 100 years now, and in that time, we've seen some insane things happen. In this video, I'm going to showcase 10 crazy NFL records that will never be broken. The records only get crazier and crazier as the video goes on, so stick around to the end for records you probably didn't even know existed. If you enjoyed this video, then please drop a like and subscribe if you're new. Subscribe takes just a second and it really helps me out. Thank you, and let's get started. Number 1, most interceptions thrown in one season. When you think of interceptions, you probably immediately jump to Jameis Winston's 30 touchdown, 30 interception season. Maybe you go back a little further to Vinny Testaverde's 35 interception season. But in reality, nobody has gotten close to George Blanda, who in 1962 threw an insane 42 interceptions in just 14 games. Blanda had 6 games with 4 or more interceptions and 2 games with 6. Amazingly, this didn't deter the team's success, as Blanda's Houston Oilers actually managed to finish 11-3 and make the championship game, where they would ultimately lose to the Dallas Cowboys, with Blanda throwing another 5 interceptions. Modern day QBs are way better at taking care of the football compared to the early days of the NFL, and interception numbers rarely crack 20, let alone 42. Blanda is actually in the Hall of Fame and holds a number of records, but his interception record is the most unbeatable one of all. Number 2, longest non-scoring play. What's the longest NFL play? Most would probably say 99 yards. You start on the 1 and end up in the other team's end zone. Well, that's actually not true. The longest possible play is 109 yards, which can happen on a kick return, most recently done by Jamal Agnew in 2021. Usually with these extremely long kick returns, the play ends in a touchdown. However, that wasn't the case for Percy Harvin, who in 2011 returned a kick 104 yards, but not for a touchdown, making it the longest non-scoring play in NFL history. Harvin started about 7 yards deep in his own end zone and returned the ball all the way to the Falcons' 3-yard line before being tackled from behind by Chris Owens. Amazingly, that was actually a touchdown-saving tackle, as the Vikings failed to score even a single point on the ensuing series, turning it over on downs. Only the Vikings, am I right? With modern kickoff rules, kickers are incentivized to not kick it into the end zone, and we rarely get returns from further than 99 or 100 yards, meaning so long as the rules stay the same, Harvin's record is more than secure. Number 3, longest streak without a defensive interception. This record is much more recent. It's from this past season actually. The New York Jets were a train wreck in 2025, finishing with just 3 wins on the year. But even worse than that was the fact that they didn't record a single defensive interception all season. Week 18 of the 2024 season was the last time they had one, meaning they now hold the record for the longest streak without a defensive interception, 17 games. The previous record was held by the San Francisco 49ers at 14 games, who from week 12 of 2024 to week 7 of 2025 did not record an INT. The hilarious part about this record is that it's still ongoing. The Jets could go without recording an INT for who knows how many games into 2026. Just the Jets being the Jets. Number 4, most points in one quarter by one player. It's not all that common that a team scores 30 points in an entire game. It's even less common for a team to score 30 points in one half. But one player nearly did that in a single quarter. In 1945, Don Hudson made NFL history by scoring an insane 29 points in the second quarter alone. He caught 4 touchdowns and kicked 5 extra points in a game where his Green Bay Packers would beat the Detroit Lions 57-21. Fun fact about Hudson, he actually averaged 1 touchdown every 5 catches, which is crazy fantasy football value. Hudson is in the Hall of Fame for good reason, and his 29-point quarter will likely never be beaten. Number 5, biggest blowout. We have seen some insane blowouts throughout NFL history, from Tom Brady's 59-0 blowout of the Titans to the Seahawks' 43-8 thrashing of the Broncos in the Super Bowl. But in 1940, the Chicago Bears put off a blowout so bad that there's no possibility of it ever being broken. In the NFL championship game, the Bears beat the then Washington Redskins 73-0. They scored 11 touchdowns and the Commanders turned the ball over 9 times. This came just 3 weeks after the Bears lost to the Redskins 7-3 and were called crybabies by Redskins owner George Preston Marshall after a complaint about a missed pass interference call. The Bears were scoring so much that the officials actually asked them to start running 2-point conversion plays after their touchdowns because they were running out of footballs from the amount being kicked into the stands during extra points. Only one team has ever cracked 70 points in the Super Bowl era, the Miami Dolphins in 2023, so I think it's safe to say this record is never being broken. Number 6, hottest NFL game. You've heard of plenty of cold NFL games. Everyone loves a good snowfest. But what about the complete opposite? In 2000, 2000, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys would face off in what would be, and still to this day is, the hottest NFL game in history. Outside temperatures reached 109 degrees Fahrenheit or 43 degrees Celsius. This game ended up becoming known as the pickle juice game, as the Eagles used literal pickle juice to help keep the team hydrated and prevent muscle cramps. They ended up winning this battle 41-14 with help from their pickle juice, of course. More and more NFL teams are playing inside domes now, so it's highly unlikely we'll get another game as hard as this, and even more unlikely that a team's use of pickle juice will be the reason they win. But this game is still a fascinating one that will always have its place in NFL history. Number 7, most career rushing yards lost to Kneeldowns. Okay, this one is really random, but it's also extremely impressive to be the one to hold this record. You have to have played and started in the NFL for a long time and won enough to be kneeling down a lot. And no player has a better combination of that than Tom Brady, who has lost a record 211 yards to Kneeldowns. Brady has 1,123 career rushing yards, meaning he'd have 1,334 if he hadn't done all those Kneeldowns. This actually increases to 259 if we're including playoffs, but 211 is still more than anybody else. It makes sense, nobody has won as much as he has for as long as he has, and it'll be extremely tough for anyone to reach that again. Number 8, most safeties in one game. The safety is a very rare occurrence, just 10 occurred in the entire 2025 NFL season. However, in 1984, the Los Angeles Rams got not 1, not 2, but 3 safeties in a single game against the New York Giants. In fact, not only did they get the 3 safeties in one game, but all 3 occurred in the same quarter, which also gives the Rams the record for most safeties in a single quarter, so now they can just show off even more. 2 of the safeties came from Rams blocking punts that rolled out of the end zone, and another one came after Phil Simms was sacked in the end zone. Obviously, the Rams ended up winning this game 33-12, and yeah, this isn't something that's ever going to be broken. Bonus fact, the Rams also hold the record for most safeties by one player in a game, as Fred Dryer recorded 2 in 1973. I guess the Rams are just the king of the safety. Number 9, fastest touchdown. We've seen some extremely fast opening play touchdowns throughout NFL history, but no one beats Randall Williams, who scored in just 3 seconds. In 2003, the Cowboys were facing off against the Eagles when, on the opening kickoff, the Eagles tried to fool the Cowboys with an onside kick. However, Randall Williams was not fooled, as he caught the ball and sprinted into the end zone with just 3 seconds having come off the clock. Now, granted, he was assisted by the fact that the clock didn't actually start on time. It started about 2 seconds after Randall caught the ball. But hey, at the end of the day, only 3 seconds came off the clock, so therefore, the record is 3 seconds. Considering teams have to declare onside kicks now, nobody's going to try one on the opening play, and it's just not possible for a team to score a touchdown in under 3 seconds. So unless we see some serious rule changes, Williams' record is more than secure. Number 10, most wins by one player on a Tuesday. Okay, yeah, this one is extremely random, but hey, I said they would get crazier toward the end. NFL games are usually played on Sundays, Mondays, and Thursdays, with the occasional Friday or Saturday game sprinkled in. But Titans and Rams quarterback Kareem Orr didn't follow the norms. Orr recorded 10 games in his NFL career, and 2 of them happened to be on a Tuesday, once in 2020 and once in 2021. Both of those games resulted in Orr's team being victorious, giving him the most wins by one player on a Tuesday in NFL history. Why this is something I put time and effort into researching, I don't know. But even though Orr was an undrafted free agent who only lasted 3 years in the league and did nothing of note, at least he has this extremely obscure record to hold on to. But that's it. Those are 10 crazy NFL records that will never be broken. What was your favorite record that I talked about? Comment below. If you enjoyed this video, then please drop a like and subscribe if you're new, and that's it for me. See ya.